Hello, everyone. It's been a long time. Sorry, I've been busy and doing other things. But today we have the Parkside. I believe this is a 100-piece tool mechanics toolkit. Um, I bought it a very long time ago, like about a year or so ago now. I don't have the receipt for it, so I don't know how much I paid for it. But I believe the price has gone down since the time I bought it. So I hope that's the case. Because honestly, for the price, I think this kit is pretty decent, pretty solid. But we have a huge coverage of tools here, mechanics tools for fixing vehicles or putting things together. Um, as well, from the wrenches, we have a 8 all the way up to a 19. No skips, which is solid. Now these wrenches aren't the best. They're not bad, but they're not best. Um, they get the job done, but they're not like professional quality. They're pretty good, but they're not quite up to that level yet. Um, I think they're a little bit thin. The spacing's a little bit off, but they'll get the job done, and they're more for getting started, or you want to do it for cheap anyway. If you're turning wrenches for a living, I would not buy this kit. Mainly for the ratchets, as the sockets and the wrenches are okay. Again, I would buy better wrenches. The sockets are fine; they're not the thinnest, but the quarter inch you have from 4 to 10, no skips. 10 being, of course, the most common size that you're gonna need. So that's good. I wish they had. Oh no, they do. And then in 3/8, so that's a 10 millimeter. So in 3/8, you have from 10 to 15. Yeah, that's not a half. It's, yeah. And then in half inch, you have from 16 to 22, and that's 12.5 millimeter. So in 12.5 millimeter, you have from 16 to 22, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then it skips to 22. But from all the way from 4 to 19, there's no skips. And then I kind of wish there was a 21, because I think 21 is common or relatively common, but maybe not. And then it skips to 22. As you can see here, we have um, the ratchets to use them on from quarter, 3/8, and half. These are non-serviceable ratchets. Unfortunately, you can't take them apart. You can undo the bolts there and get some grease. I recommend you do that regularly. But if these breaks, you can't find kits to replace them. You have to swap out the whole ratchet. The problem I have with these, and I had the exact same issue with the work zone one I had in the States, is the handles are a little bit too bulky. They're a little bit too big and prevent you from getting into certain places. This design is actually okay. I'm okay with this. It's very good at getting in weird spots, but if you have a really tight working position, then this isn't ideal. And then especially with these huge handles, the half inch is about 1.5 inches wide, which is actually absolutely chunky. And then from the depth is about 1 1/8. So it's really chunky, really big, and not super comfortable. That's the main complaint I have about these, and the non-serviceability of the ratchets. Um, We have a decent selection of torques. These are tamper-proof. So we have tamper-proof T8, 9, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Those are all very common sizes. We have stuff that you don't really need here. You have flats, which are fine. PZ, you don't need them. Really, I prefer regular Phillips. The PZ just get in the way, even on the heads that are designed for them. They generally don't work. I don't think they work as well. But they do fit mildly better into the ones that are like have Robinson inserts as well. So they do work a little bit better for those, but I don't know how common Robinson bits are in the UK. Maybe a little bit. You get them every now and then because there it is right there. You have hex from 4 to 6. Then you have torques, regular torques. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27. This should be 30. Yep, 30. And that's in quarter. And then you have 27, 30. Yeah, 27 and 30 as well. So the 27 and 30 over here are tamper-proof as well. So that means they just have the little holes in the end. So in the regular sockets, we have in the 1/2 inch, we have from 10 to I think 22, no skips. Then we have 24, 27, 30, and 32. So a fairly big size range. 32s, I don't think they're very common on normal roadside vehicles. Like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the occasional truck. But as far as I know, that's not a very common size. I think lugs are usually in like the 20-ish range, 24, maybe 27. So you also have a wobble extension on the 1/2 inch. All the sockets are have knurling, though it's not very good knurling. And then on the 1/2 inch, you also have a 1/2 inch. A 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch extension. So that's probably what, 2 inches? Or an 1.5 inch extension. Or actually, no, that's a 3/8 to 1/2 adapter. Excuse me. That's a 3/8 to 1/2 adapter. Wouldn't work very well, but you could use it that way if you wanted. Oh, there you go. It just wouldn't sit in properly. So a 3/8 to 1/2 adapter, or you have the that there as a bit of a breaker bar, but this isn't really long enough for a breaker bar. In fact, it's just barely any more torque than you're going to get out of this 1/2 inch by itself. So don't necessarily know, but you can use it as a T driver if you want. You also have a shorter extension that's about 5 inches. And then you have the wobble and the 1/2. Also have it in 3/8 and 1/4. Have Allens. I don't know what sizes these are. 1.27, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, and 5 millimeter. Then we also have I think they call these in the States double square. I don't know what they call them over here. They're 8-sided. No, No, that's C. Oh, eTorques. The double square are 8. These are eTorques. So these are the female version of Torques. From 24, 22, and 20. In the half inch, you have 18, 16, and 14 in the 3/8, and then 8 to 4 in quarter. Oh no, you have 18, 16, 14, 12, 11, and 10 in the 3/8. Excuse me. Then the 3/8 you have on the regular sockets. That's quarter. You have from 10 mil up to 19, which is fairly standard for a 3/8 inch drive. And then on the quarter, you have 3.5 mil to 14, which is a bit big for quarter inch. And then of course you've got you got your Torques, you got your Allens and your flatheads, your Phillips, your double square, which are what I was talking about. So these are 8-sided, 8-pointed things. I don't know how common those are, but apparently they're fairly common in German cars. I'm not 100% sure about that though. Then we have sockets. These are spark plug sockets. So they have little rubber gaskets in them. Little rubber gaskets. This is a half inch, and I believe the other two are 3/8. No, 2 are half. 1 is 3/8. So that is 21, 18, and 16. Don't know why 18's a 3/8 and the 16's a half, but it is what it is. And then of course these have the well, at least the 18 and the 21 have it to where you can put a wrench around it. I think however the wrenches that come with it are too small. Yeah, the 19's too small for it, so that's probably a 20. Let's see. No. Oh, it's Imperial, or SAE as they say it in the States. It's Imperial because this is a 21. Look at how loose that is. That's not a. That is definitely not metric. That's way too loose for it to be a metric size. Interesting thing to do there. And this one's even bigger. That one fits better. This one's about a 24. And that, see how little play that has? This has so little play. That's I could believe that as a 24 in a proper. Because of course the sockets have a little bit of extra space. And then of course you have your driver, your nut driver, which is a 1/4 inch driver, 1/4 inch extension. That's 4 inches. That's probably 2.5. Then you have your bit driver here as well. This is a 1/4 inch bit driver. I do think overall that this is a fairly good deal. Again, I think it's £70 now. It might be 70 or 80, which for a 100-piece mechanics toolkit is pretty good, especially in all metric. If you want more pro grade, Halfords does have fairly good sets. I've looked at their stuff. I've not had my hands on it, so I can't say exactly for sure how good it is. But they look fairly decent, and their stuff, most of their stuff, well, at least a decent chunk of their mechanics tool sets are made in Taiwan, which usually produce better stuff than made in China. But again, it depends. Not always, but generally, made in Taiwan is a little bit better than made in China. But yeah, I think this is a fairly solid set. and is going to do me fine. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.